Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Joe True One Love, here with another edition of Sports Overview of Topics. Episode now here, 156. Apologies for no episode last week. It was a busy, hectic week, I must say, but at last we are back and ready to roll as got plenty to go over as far as sports is concerned. The NHL had their awards edition last night. Go over those. LSU, as the College World Series is now in the books. Give thoughts on their journey as well. Of course, talk about MLB as well with Matt Olsen, Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, Pete Alonso, etc. But alas, thank you for joining me. You guys know how it works before we get into it. If you're new, click the subscription, notification bell. Find when I post all of these videos. For when, but anywho, thank you. And out of the way, let's get going. So, here we go. So, LSU and the College World Series is officially wrapped up after a couple weeks. It's now wrapped up as LSU beats Florida in Game 3. Blew them out in what was, I'd say, pretty eventful College World Series. You know, always a good time in summer. Don't really have to worry about weather as far as good baseball is concerned. So, goes there. But anywho, gotta give some light to all teams involved. They have a job, such as Oral Roberts. They had a nice showing. But anywho, so Wake Forest as well. So Tennessee beat Stanford. Wake Forest, they beat. So we'll start off with the byes, the winner brackets. So Oral Roberts beat TCU. And Wake Forest beat Stanford. The two top seeds advancing. So, well, not TCU. Anywho, so then we got an elimination. So LSU then went beyond to Tennessee to beat Wake Forest, who advanced. And then Florida beat Virginia. And then wound up to beat Oral Roberts in a close one. TCU was able to advance versus Virginia. And then they beat Oral Roberts in the elimination. LSU beat Wake Forest. And Tennessee. Wait. Yeah, they beat Wake Forest 3 times. 3 times. Goes down. Florida, they wrapped up TCU twice. And then came down to College World Series. The first game was pretty much the anomaly, as LSU won by 1. And then Florida blew out LSU 24-4, game 2. So how did LSU follow up? 18-4 by LSU, and they take the crown. They take the College World Series. So kudos to them. You know, a couple years ago, college football, and Joe Burrow. They took the national championship, and then the ladies obviously won that national championship for basketball this year, and now LSU wins the College World Series. So it's a good day to be a Tiger. I think we can simply say. Now, gotta give respect to the current MLB. Go from college to the pros. One guy, well, actually, first. So, obviously, the two most talked about injuries in the league for the last couple weeks were Pete Alonso and Aaron Judge. It was good news for the Mets as Pete Alonso returned earlier than expected. Of course, they're in the skid, but nonetheless, they certainly need him. And he's back from his wrist injury. However, nonetheless, with the Yankees, it's hilarious. So, well, what's hilarious is that the Yankees still don't have their star. And they have a better record than the Mets. And have better positioning in their division than the Mets. But Aaron Judge. So it was originally diagnosed as a sprain in his toe. So he took 2 plasma injections. and fully it was realized that he has torn ligament in his toe. So it says it's TBD, but it seems like so far the Yankees are doing what they can to salvage time until he gets back. So, alas, we shall see. But, anyway, I want to give credit where credit is due because there's one guy, well, actually two, that when Pete Alonso and Aaron Judge both got injured, they were 1-2 as far as home run hitters so far in the league. Now that is shaped up. Now Alonso has only fallen to 3, but Shohei Ohtani and Matt Olsen. Shohei Ohtani, he's been on a roll and well deserved. He is, again, a long season, but what he's doing right now, and Mac Trout is doing well behind him. If they can just stay healthy, what I've said before, they can certainly go some places this season, but we'll see. But yeah, Ohtani currently in the lead with 26. Matt Olsen, a guy not talked about as much for the Braves, he's with 25. And if you're a Braves fan, you are probably definitely skeptical of losing Freddie Freeman and picking up Olsen, who was then with the A's at the time before he was a free agent. But now he is part of the Braves and he's doing very well. Excuse me. 25 home runs for Olsen. Very solid. Very solid, must say. But, yeah, the polar bear. Now he has returned. He's not far behind. I believe Trout is at 15. I believe. But nonetheless, that's funny that despite his injury, Judge is still tied for 7, with 19 by the last so long season. Trout is tied for 9th place with 17. So he's making a surge as well. So kudos to him. Francisco Lindor for the Mets. He's surging as well at 15. Like him as well. Fernando Tatis, he's at 15. Olsen's teammate Ronald Acuna Jr. at 17. Freddie Freeman, I just mentioned, he's at 14. we shall see how things roll. But again, long season to go. So we shall see. No one really on big surges, or wing streaks. Last time I talked about the MLB in baseball, we had like 5 teams on big win streaks. But alas, we've hit that divot in this season. Cause a bit for concern. I mean, well, except for Braves. Speaking of Braves, 9-1 in the last 10. But we'll see. We'll see. The Reds were at 11 trades. Giants at 8-2 last 10. This season is a strange one, we can say. Yeah. The USFL championship will be decided this Saturday as the North and South championships escalated and finished this weekend. And tale of two games. On Saturday, we had the North Championship decided between the Pittsburgh Maulers and the Michigan Panthers. And talk about a fun alley. For a right to go to the championship game this Saturday. It was a fun one as Pittsburgh, won in overtime 31-27 over Michigan. It was fun. 10-3 at the half, but Michigan fired back and, wound up tying it late, set it to OT. And, for those who don't watch USFL, it's kind of similar to their college rule overtime is closer to college, with those 2-point conversion plays, and same with the XFL pretty much. But so, Pittsburgh was able to convert twice, and Michigan wasn't. I mean, they did get close on the first try, but running back fumbled into the end zone, so did not recover. So, there we go. And then the defending champions on Sunday, Birmingham, and the presumptive MVP of the league, Alex Magoo, took it over the New Orleans Breakers, the last undefeated team in the league. Start off 3-0, unfortunately. will be sent home prematurely in a second straight loss in the South Championship versus Birmingham. 42 or 47-22. This got out of hand early. I mean, it was 7-3 New Orleans. And then basically Birmingham woke up. It was 33-7 not that long after. And just an onslaught by Birmingham and Alex Magoo. You know, 5 total touchdowns, over almost 100 yards rushing, over 300 yards passing. You know, stellar performance by Magoo. Now, Bethel Thompson, he did a heck of a job at quarterback this season. Unfortunately, they fall short. But last Saturday, can they win a second straight title against Pittsburgh? Now, I think, what shouldn't be surprising that I might as well check the line, but Birmingham should be favored. Pittsburgh, although I must say that Troy Williams of the Maulers did a very good job. So we'll see, but let's see. But I'm looking for the line here. So, yeah, Pittsburgh comes in here, 3-game win streak. Birmingham has obviously looked like the best team this season. Yeah, Birmingham favored by a touchdown. Pittsburgh has been the top defense this season, so obviously we'll see. But I expect Birmingham to handle their business. If I had to guess on a score, maybe 27-21. And yeah, Birmingham's been solid. I mean, really, when I saw them in that rematch versus Philadelphia, and just the way Magoo has looked ever since that final drive in order to take the lead and the win, and since then, he's done really solid, and can't wait to see how he is. But yeah, Pittsburgh, can they slow him down? They could probably contain him, but slow him down, I don't think so. It's gonna be fun. It's going to be fun, though. We shall see. And I will say, Coolest, unfortunately, they lost on Saturday. But EJ Perry, you know, one of the unsung maneuvers, decisions for the season. Mike Nolan benched Josh Love, who was their starter all season until the last game of the season versus Philly. And he did a heck of a job. It looked slow in the first half, but when he picked it up and he got rolling, EJ Perry helped guide them to a win and the playoff spot, and they got it done. And Perry looked very, very good against Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, they came up short in overtime, but EJ Perry showed he had strides, and Mike Nolan too. Good on the decision. Now we moved to the NHL. They had their award show last night, and obviously the big headline was Connor McDavid winning a third MVP. But some of the other awards, cannot be slighted, however. But yeah, Connor McDavid, his third MVP, having 150 points, 64 goals, 89 assists. I mean, very, very solid. Obviously, they went out in the second round versus Vegas of the playoffs, but very, very solid. His third MVP, and he's only 26. He's got some more years still ahead of him, and he should hopefully if they give him more help, possibly they can do something. Perhaps next year, we shall see. But Coach Connor. Now move to the other awards, some of the other awards. So, Seattle Kraken, they did a phenomenal job this season. They took it to and beat the Stanley Cup champions of last year, the Colorado Avalanche, being them one. They were one and done. As Matty Beniers won the Calder Trophy for the top rookie of the season. Very solid, very solid. As he finished with 57 points, 24 goals, 33 points. Very solid. And a good performance for the Kraken last season. With a historical regular season, you knew at least someone for the Boston Bruins was going to get a reward for their efforts this past season. Thus, two did. As their coach, Jim Montgomery won the Jack Adams Award for top coach this season. No surprise. And their goaltender, Linus Olmark, won the Vezina Trophy for top goalie of the season. So, at least they got some awards for their top season. I mean, no surprise Montgomery was going to win it considering their season. So, kudos there. Also, one guy that didn't get talked about much he should have, but Erik Karlsson of the San Jose Sharks won the Norris Trophy for the top defenseman of this last season. He did very solid in helping them get close, be solid for. They didn't make the playoffs, but very solid job in Karlsson. But out of the way, that's the podcast for you guys. If you guys like this video, leave a like, thumbs up. Guys, get to just subscribe also as well to the channel. Again, apologies for no episode last week, but last I'm here for you guys this week. Yeah, schedule should be good for next week. So see you guys next week for episode 157. But yeah, we'll see. Hey guys, take care. Have a good rest of the day and week. Adios and peace.